encouraged me just to pull it off. He didn't encourage me, so I kept on bugging him about me fighting and stuff. So one day he said, yeah, but when you decide to fight, I'm going to be good at it.
Young Buster turned out to be an outstanding amateur, winning almost every national title available in 1988 through 1991, including the Golden Gloves and the ABF Championship. During this period, Buster also found out that the training techniques used by his father were grueling, as he lost as many as 115 pounds, dropping into the 190s after topping the scale at 305 pounds at one time. His father learned the training tricks from the legendary trainer, the late Gus D'Amato, and that helped form the world championship style of former champion Mike Tyson. In his honor, Buster Jr. proudly carries D'Amato as his middle name, but hopes that the pressure of his dad fighting did not carry over into his professional career.
A lot of people, when I go in the ring, a lot of people say, do you fight like your father? Because my father, I heard that my father was real good, you know, and I didn't really see, I only saw just a little bit of his films, but I didn't really see the Ali fight or nothing like that. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure because they try to judge me by my father's than towards me.
Mathis, a student at Grand Valley State University this fall, has worked hard to make a good showing today in the heavyweight explosion, but also knows that Levi Billups will be his toughest opponent in his brief 9-0 pro boxing career. Well, the man he'll be fighting, Levi Billups, makes his way into the ring as he gets ready to see what he can do about kind of taking out this anger on the young Buster Mathis. Levi is very upset that he has not made the top 20, not top 10, consistently throughout his career, even though, of course, a former wrestler in college and a former football player with the Los Angeles Express still. He steps in at 18-6, and they've already alluded to, Bob, the fact that he's been in with a lot of great fighters, and he comes in against Buster Mathis today and will be fighting him in a step up for Buster. How big of a step? Can he overcome that particular hurdle? Well, this man will have a great deal to do with it before the day is over, and he is definitely focused.
No, he really is, Sam, and he's got the complete package as far as the experience, the size, you know, the athleticism, you know, Levi Billups, and the motivation.
Buster Mathis will be getting ready to fight this man, and here he comes out of his dressing room. Buster, if you can imagine, at 219.5 pounds right now, actually tipped the scales, as we indicated a moment ago, as high as 305 pounds. As he makes his way to the ring, Billups is ready, and so is Buster Mathis for today's confrontation as our main event on the heavyweight explosion. And there's Mathis from Grand Rapids, Michigan, maybe fighting in the shadow of his very famous dad, a contender in the heavyweight division in the mid-60s, but trying to make his own way at 9-0. For the introduction of our main event fighters, let's go to our ring announcer. Here is Ed Derrick.
Ladies and gentlemen, heavyweight explosion continues with this afternoon's main event. Our judges, Bill Flasser, Jackie Castellani, and Bill Nealon. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round heavyweight bout, referee John Carroll. Introducing first in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He weighed in at an even 223 pounds. He has 18 wins, 6 losses with 10 knockouts. From San Diego, California, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Levi Billups. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the white trunks with the red trim. He weighed in at 219.5 pounds. This young man is undefeated in 9 pro bouts with 3 knockouts. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, boxing fans, here is Buster Mathis Jr. Mathis.
So a few butterflies must be flying through the stomach of this young man, because indeed he steps up at 23 years of age, fighting a man 10 years his elder, but a man that has not had a lot of great experience, but he's been in the ring with some good ones, and a reach advantage may be a plus today for Buster Mathis. He has a 4-inch advantage. The rules that'll be governing this fight, a 10-point must system with 3 judges scoring, a standing 8, 3 knockdown rule in effect, save with a bell in the last round only, and the doctor, the referee, can indeed stop the fight as we get ready for heavyweight explosion from the Poconos. It's the main event, and round one is underway. Buster Mathis in the white with the red stripes. Solid blacks belong to Levi Billups, and it doesn't take much time here, Bob Spagnola, to get these guys cooking in round one.
No, Buster Mathis comes out strong early, he's going to try to get some respect from Levi Billups, who's the stronger, I promise you, of the two gentlemen. Mathis has got to rely on quickness. He's got good speed and good little boxing skills, but Levi Billups is no small individual to be reckoned with.
Billups has been fighting since only the age of 26 after a successful pro football career in the USFL with the Los Angeles Express. We alluded to early on that he got into the ring by actually knocking down a former couple of San Diego Charger football players on the basketball court. They tried to rough him up, and he just decked a couple of them. He said, with that kind of power, you need to box. He went in the gym, and here he is now.
Set him up! Set him up!
Levi Billups, we made mention during the pre-conference weigh-in and other conversations around the hotel, very focused. Came in with a mission in mind, and that was to get a win over undefeated Buster Mathis and to climb the ranking total poll, because as a roofing contractor, he said it would be nice to share in those multi-million-dollar payouts in the heavyweight division. If he gets there, of course, there's one big question. He's got to have some big fights along the way.
Well, this is a good opportunity. You know, both of these guys about 6 foot tall, and their weight is very similar, but you can see that their physical makeup is quite a bit different. But don't let the build of Buster Mathis Jr. fool you. You know, he's got real quick hands and good boxing skills, just like his dad. You know, he wasn't built like an Adonis, but he was a real smooth fighter with quick hands. And Billups is used to being the quicker because he's a smaller heavyweight. But I don't think he's the quicker in there today, and he's got to be able to adapt and you know, he's got to be the stronger here with Buster Mathis Jr. I think he's already got Levi Billups bleeding a little bit from the inside of the mouth.
And he also has proven to Levi that he can kind of muscle and push him around the ring here early. That's exactly what he wants to do. Levi trying to push him away and get some punching room. Billups again trying to set out on some punches as well. Buster Mathis is trained by his very illustrious father, but he says one of his most disappointing factors about it is his father has been in very poor health and is not here today. And he wishes, of course, him always a speedy recovery, but again, that's the most disappointing part. He said he's not here to share whatever success may be coming my way.
And look at that quickness from Buster Mathis Jr. giving Levi Billups a little trouble here. He's getting under everything and getting those little short shots, getting off on the inside. Good start to the fight for Buster Mathis Jr.
Well, he's trying to set out on some punches at the end of round number one, and Billups and Mathis will rest for a minute. One of the things Buster Mathis came into this fight wanting to do, was to get some national and international exposure, which he's getting, of course, here on the Central Christian Sports Network. But another thing he wanted to do was, as you pointed out, is to fight against a quality fighter who's been in against some solid fighters. And he's certainly going to get both of those things accomplished here today at the Poconos.
Yeah, he sure is. Like it or not, it is.
Look at one corner, then into the other. Ray Barnes, by the way, working along with Don Manuel in that corner for Levi Billups. Levi, of course, is learning this on-job training against some of the best in the heavyweight division. No amateur boxing experience. Excellent wrestler in college. But this is all by experience, and now he heads for round number 2 against undefeated Buster Mathis.
Levi Billups has got a fierce competitive desire burning on the inside of him. You know, he was a wrestler, which is a, you know, man-on-man competition, and he enjoyed that, and he's just that kind of a guy, and that kind of a competitive instinct is, you know, you really need that to be successful in the fight game.
Well, both fighters, you can see, have not changed from round 1, that boring-in style of Buster Mathis in the white. And Levi Billups trying to push him out and get some punching room. Big right hook to the body. One thing, as you pointed out also, Bob, is the fact that Buster Mathis may not look like he's in real great shape body-wise. They need a little body shaping. This kid is trained very hard. Keep in mind, down from over 300 pounds at one time.
And body beautiful, you know, the same thing his dad went through. Everybody said, oh my God, look at that big fat papa. Look at him get underneath Levi Billups' punches. And, you know, his quickness, Levi's really should just stick to hitting Buster Mathis in the body and slowing him down, because at this stage, the way this fight is opening up, it's going to be all Buster Mathis. He's got the quicker hands and the quicker head at this stage. He's getting under those big shots that Levi, you know, when you come into a fight as a fighter, you go, hey, I'm not getting any respect. I'm going to pulverize this guy. I'm going to hurt him. And you start looking for a big punch against a kid like Buster Mathis Jr. that's quick of hand and of head and of feet, you know, regardless of his physical shaping. You know, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble because you're not going to hit him with a big shot. Your body shot by Billups. The red comes in the water. I think it was just on the borderline.
So Mathis is proving that not only will he not mind laying on the ropes and brawling a little bit here with Billups, but Billups is very apt to do the same. He said, I'll oblige you, as he steps in and they exchange punches off the rope.
Early in this fight, it reminds me of a confrontation Buster Mathis had when he got a shot on national television against Justin Fortune, the undefeated Australian fighter that he fought. He just got right in there. Justin Fortune's about 5'10", 230 pounds. They got right inside with each other, which you would think would have been to benefit Fortune, but Mathis was just too quick for him. He's not a big puncher, but he sure will get his hands busy. A good assortment of punches, and that's what Levi Billups is experiencing right now.
Buster, with his 9-0 record, last two fights have gone 8-5, both winning those by knockouts. He beat Carl, No, I'm Not the Truth Williams, that went in 5 rounds. That was on June 15th of this year. While on the other side, April 17th, a 8-round knockout in the South Pacific over Barry Armando for Levi Billups.
Really impressive showing by Buster Mathis here, Sam. I mean, he is really putting it on Levi Billups. And, you know, he just, Buster, this is a big step up in competition for him. Somebody forgot to tell him that. Good uppercut by Billups, but Buster answers back with a nice combination of his own.
I have a feeling that the brawl is just starting to begin as we end round 2 of our main event of the heavyweight explosion. Well, as Billups goes one way and Buster Mathis heads back the other, we have fought the 2 rounds, kind of a feeling out process in the heavyweight division, but as you made mention, Buster Mathis has already started to dish out some punishment to Billups that maybe he did not expect in the early goings of this fight. And Billups, I know they're having a good conversation over there, just also trying to get him really focused in this fight as well. Some of the action from round number 2, as again Mathis and Billups both rumbling inside.
Infighting here. The quick hands of Buster Mathis Jr. Gets the jab in. Right hand comes back with a hook, all scoring cleanly. And there's another right hand afterwards.
Now the weapon that Mathis wants to employ is a uppercut. And Billups also has that same weapon. So we'll see which one can score when they rumble inside. They're ready for round 3 of this scheduled 10-rounder. Third round, heavyweight explosion. Sam Smith along with Bob Spagnola. We are at the Fernwood Resort. That's located in Bushkill, Pennsylvania, about 2 hours northwest of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the beautiful Poconos. And this is our heavyweight explosion main event.
And the different looks and the different angles that Buster Mathis Jr. has given Levi Billups. I mean, if he could continue, you know, at this pace right here now, Levi's pressuring him on the ropes, taking good advantage of his physical strength. But Buster's in there working nice little short shots. He's really, I think he's got Levi Billups a little upset with that, you know, that quickness. And there it is, what Levi wants to do. He wants to rip hard shots down to the body and slow this kid down a little bit. And he's using his forearm to, but you know, he's taking him to school at what he does best. But Buster Mathis Jr. is very vastly experienced beyond his time in this business. Obviously, you know, he's had a little boxing in his family before. Nice uppercuts, nice combinations.
You know, you made a good point that he's not overreacting to the tactics of Billups. Billups using the elbow, pushing him around.